I am addressing you, looking straight into your eyes. If you do not feel the strength inside you, it means that you have been running away from it for a long time and persistently. Hiding behind excuses, behind other people's advice, behind the illusion that one day a lucky chance will come. But the reality is that chances do not come. Chances are created the moment you decide to get up and act, even if your legs are shaking with fear and your mind is begging you to quit. Think about why you are still inactive. Maybe it is convenient for you to be weak. Maybe there is some warm excuse that allows you not to strain yourself. But this warmth is a deadly trap. It slowly lulls your desire for the best. Like a sluggish animal in a cage, you can doze in a half-asleep state for years, waiting for someone to open the door. But the door will not open itself. You must break the lock. There is a beast inside you, a creature that longs to break out and show the world your true power. This beast is seething with energy, ready to break through the walls of circumstance. It does not recognize the word impossible. It knows no compromise. It grumbles at your own weaknesses. And when you finally unlock the cage, your eyes begin to glow and your body fills with the fire of determination. But do you unlock it? Or do you stand at the threshold, wondering if this is too risky? Realize, the world will not care about you if you do not take care of showing it your strength. The world is generally indifferent to those who are not ready to go beyond the usual. Do you want attention? Make people talk about you with your actions, not with complaints. Do you want respect? Start taking steps that scare you. Do you want freedom? Use your will to tear off the chains of old beliefs. While you are moping in fear, life passes you by, leaving you behind. Remember how a wild animal in nature does not wait for handouts. It hunts. It goes out on the trail at night when others are sleeping. It senses its prey and follows the trail despite hunger and fatigue. It does not reason that it is owed something. It knows that everything depends on it. So it is with you. If you want to get out of the swamp of passivity, learn to take what you need yourself. No embarrassment, no "sorry if I disturbed you." Either you take your share of life, or you remain among those who are always waiting for handouts. It's time to wake up. There will be no fairy tale about a miraculous salvation. No one will come and say, "Now you can be strong." Strength is your personal decision. Wait another week, month, year, and you will miss the moment when you can jump above your head. You will miss the opportunity to reveal your talent, squeeze yourself to the limit, and understand that the limit was only a threshold to a new height. The inner beast groans from inaction. Do not aggravate its torment. If it dies, you will lose the main driving force, only a grey shadow of a person who once could, but did not dare. I tell you, look at your fear as the point where real life begins. Do you want to be extraordinary? Dare to step out of the line of mediocrity. Challenge something that paralyzes you. Let's say you have a long-standing dream, to conquer the stage, to start your own business, to climb the most difficult peak. What stops you? Only your fear that it will not work out. But while you are a coward, time flies. And one day you will see that it is too late. The body is worn out, the soul is burned out, and the beast inside has long since died of boredom. If you want to live, not just exist, release the beast now. Either do it, or accept that you are destined for an inglorious void. There is no third way. Many people mistakenly believe that strength comes by the will of heaven. They say that if you are born talented, then success will fly to you on its own. But these are fairy tales that justify weakness. The truth is that strength is a daily choice. It is a constant, stubborn, "Yes, I will do it," even if everything inside resists. When you wake up early in the morning and feel like you have no strength, no inspiration, no motivation, that's when you either become stronger or you remain the same. The decision to act through apathy is what separates a warrior from a dreamer. A warrior doesn't wait for some burst of enthusiasm to come to him. He gets up and pulls himself together. He gets his blood pumping. He tells himself, "If I wait, I'll miss my chance. But if I act, I'll create that chance." You can look back at others. Someone has easier conditions, they have support, but I don't have that. But strength is not hidden in convenient circumstances. It is born at the moment when circumstances push you against the wall and you find the will in yourself and rush forward. There is no point in envying other people's conditions, because real power manifests itself precisely where you have to break through fear and resistance. The biggest illusion is that someone will give you strength, that a mentor, a guru, a successful friend will come and say, "Well, now you are ready. Here is the key to victory." No, you can be pushed, you can be inspired, but the only one who can give himself the command forward is you. No one can stand at a distance for you. No one can take these steps for you. Understand that every time you justify an action, you lower your personal bar. You say, "Well, yes, I couldn't today. I'm in a bad mood. It's been a hard week. I don't have much time." And every time you say this, your inner beast shrinks even more. It hears this cry. It sees that you don't believe in yourself. And at some point, it stops responding. Your potential fades into the shadows. And when you finally decide to act, it may no longer respond to your call. This is what power is a decision means. You don't give yourself the option to retreat. You erase the thought that there's more time later. There is no later. You only have now. And if you are truly hungry for life, you take advantage of every opportunity. Grab the goal with your teeth and don't let go until it is yours. And even if it sounds harsh, this world belongs to predators in a good way. Predators do not wait for handouts. They choose their prey themselves. Don't look for an easy way. Where everything is smooth, the depth of character is not born. Character is formed in the gorges of difficulties, where you have to push through rocks and scree of doubts. If you see a steep mountain in front of you, and something inside screams, "I can't do it," then this is the right mountain. It is there that you can pump yourself up to the limit. Get rid of the illusion that someone has to give you strength. It is already in you, but it can only be activated by a strong-willed decision to move forward without waiting for a convenient hour. Let's face it, without discipline, you're just a meteor that will sparkle but inevitably burn out. Discipline is that rigid internal framework that holds everything: your strength, your goals, your ambitions. Without it, you're doomed to vacillate between bouts of inspiration and bouts of laziness. You may feel the energy bubbling up inside you, but if you don't manage it systematically, it will dissipate in fruitless attempts. That's why discipline is more important than short-term motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It depends on many external factors: weather, mood, people's reactions. Discipline knows no hesitation. It says, "You have a job to do. Do it, no matter what's going on around you." And this is not a prison, but a liberation. When your will is planned and organized, you no longer waste time on internal doubts about starting today or putting it off until tomorrow. Many people are afraid of the word discipline because it seems harsh to them, associated with strict rules. But understand, only through discipline do you stop scattering yourself and start moving toward your goal in a straight line, without zigzags. It's like creating a sculpture out of stone. Every day you carve out the desired shape, removing everything unnecessary. Sometimes it seems that the movement is too slow, but if you don't stop, then one day a masterpiece appears before you. Take any project, dream, skill. Without regular effort, everything falls apart. If you want to become physically stronger, you need a training system, not a go out once and that's it approach. If you intend to develop your business, you need to get up in the morning and make the necessary calls, records, meetings, even when the whole world is screaming, "Wait, take it easy, you have plenty of time." No, you always have less time than you think. Time is a resource that flows away, and while you wait for the right mood, your goal fades. The secret of discipline is simple. It becomes second nature through repetition. First you force yourself, then you get into it, and eventually you can't live any other way. People watch from the outside and are amazed at your persistence, but for you it's been a habit for a long time. Yes, it was hard for you at first, but then you noticed that without a clear routine, you feel terrible, as if you were falling out of your own rut. What happens when you lack discipline? Your plans remain dreams, your energy leaks into the void, and you spend years marking time. And even if you have outstanding abilities, they will only last for a short burst. Then comes a rollback into the swamp of inaction. And then there is already a lot of doubt and self-pity around, and so on in a circle. Discipline is your backbone. It is cruel to your weaknesses, but it gives you a chance to rise above your previous limitations. You no longer waste time on things that do not bring you closer to your great tasks. You refuse unnecessary conversations, aimless entertainment, constant scrolling through dubious news. You live clearly and effectively, and the longer you adhere to this strategy, the more your personality is transformed. Without discipline, all your big words will remain empty sounds. Prove yourself to yourself by following a strict routine of actions every single day. Don't expect life to lay out a smooth path strewn with petals before you. Chaos is an inevitable reality. The outside world throws down challenges, ruins your plans, and confronts you with unexpected obstacles. And here you either break or learn to use chaos as a training ground for your will. Imagine you're in the deep sea and there is a storm all around. To some it seems like a disaster, but you say, well, this is my chance to learn to swim. This is my element, where I will test how well I can stay afloat when the waves hit my face. Do not be afraid of disorder. Fear only one thing, inaction, which eats up your potential. When everything is going perfectly, you don't have to step out of your comfort zone. There are no serious pushes for growth. That's why every crisis is not only a threat, but also an opportunity. An opportunity to test your strength, to use your brain, to hone your reactions. If you learn to act effectively when there is chaos around, you will gain a resilience that those who constantly complain about unsuitable conditions will not come close to. Chaos teaches humility and audacity at the same time. Humility because you understand that you cannot completely control the world, but also audacity because you realize that despite the lack of 100% control, you can pave your own way, wrest from circumstances the resource you need. You become like fire, which does not care what burns, wood, paper, or old boards. It just burns and moves forward. Be able to see the benefit where others see only problems. For some, layoffs at work seem like a tragedy, but you perceive it as a sign. It's time to change something, try your own, learn something new, break barriers. For others, a friend's betrayal cuts off their wings, but you say, okay, fewer unnecessary people around, but I'll spend my energy on those who are really going in the same direction with me. Chaos shows who is stronger, your spirit or your excuses. One of the Titan's greatest strengths is the ability to remain calm amidst destruction. You are like a gladiator in an arena where the crowds scream, predators roam, and dust clouds your vision. But you do not lose your head. You look for an opening, look for weaknesses in your enemies, ready to pounce. This is a state of cold-blooded battle rage, when the heart beats loudly and the thoughts are clear as a blade. It is in such conditions that true character is revealed. If you wait for the perfect moment, it won't come. Embrace the chaos, drag yourself into the thick of it. There, in the fire of confusion, you'll understand what it means to be a true warrior. Stop saying, I hope, I want, I could. These phrases are child's play in the world of great achievements. A goal doesn't ask for permission. A goal commands. When you set a goal, you don't come up with, if anything later, options. You say, this is what I'll do. Period. Why is it important to approach goals in this way? Because vague desires are just beautiful dreams that remain illusions. Let's say you dream of going up on stage in front of a huge audience or launching a unique project that will change people's lives. You can talk about it for years. Imagine how you are greeted with applause, how your name is written into history. But if you do not turn this dream into a daily order to do, not talk, then everything will remain chatter. Imagine that your thoughts are an army under your command. If you say, well, maybe we'll go, maybe we won't, let's see how it goes, the army disperses. The soldiers lose discipline, don't understand where to go. But if you loudly declare, we're going there and conquering this peak, your thoughts line up, gather into a fist, and you can no longer be stopped by minor interruptions. The goal does not like, I want to, but I'm afraid. The goal likes, I have to, period. Half measures do not suit it. Either you have switched to the side of action, or you have remained in the zone of eternal waiting. Many people get hung up on doubts. What if I'm not ready? But readiness comes not before the start of the journey, but during the movement itself. When you throw yourself into the depths, you simply have no chance not to learn to swim. It is important to understand. A strong goal does not tolerate compromise. Either you rush forward with all your might or retreat. If you leave yourself a spare retreat route, then you have already lost half. No great goal is achieved with an eye on what if something goes wrong. You must be ready to pay with time, energy, nerves. You must burn from within to overcome any barrier. And one more thing. A goal requires focus. If you are scattered among dozens of wants, there is little sense. Concentrate on the key task and move towards it methodically. This is how a bridge is built across the abyss. Stone by stone, step by step. And this path is not for the weak. Many give up halfway because they are lured by tempting distractions. But those who are truly eager to reach the end point do not turn off the road. They use every minute, every chance, and do not find fault with fatigue and bad mood. Anything that doesn't turn into an unconditional order to do remains a fantasy. Either you live for your goal or you bury it under a pile of excuses. At the end of the road, when the last sunset fades, there will be only one question. What did you leave behind? How many lives did you inspire? How many people did you support with your example? Or will your life pass unnoticed, as if you had never lived at all? Great deeds are not always loud. Sometimes a person who quietly and persistently goes towards his goal leaves a bigger mark in the hearts of those around him than dozens of noisy fanfares, after which nothing remains but dust. A real legacy is a chain reaction that you start with your actions. You show that the impossible is just a word for justification. You make others rise when they seem to be falling. Titan's legacy is not just another entry in an encyclopedia. It is a real spiritual echo that resonates in people's minds even after you are gone. Look at those who manage to live their lives in such a way that their ideas, their decisions, their fearlessness continue to ignite new generations. They did not ask for praise, did not wait for ideal conditions. They acted because they could not do otherwise, because their inner voice demanded change. Ask yourself, what does your inner voice say? Maybe it whispers that you were born for more than petty goals and aimless amusements. Maybe it demands that you expand the boundaries of your familiar zone, show the world what a person with a burning passion for development looks like. If you do not shut this voice up with empty entertainment, one day you will see the fruits of your actions, and these fruits can grow into a huge garden where other people will feed on energy. Every day is a drop in the ocean of your legacy. If you choose action over idle chatter, if you choose honesty over lying compromises, if you choose persistence over whining, you change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. People always watch those who stand out for their firmness. Whether they like it or not, they will be fascinated by your inner freedom and unbending character. Sometimes they say, "What can I leave behind if I don't have a big position, if I don't have any special talents?" You can leave behind the best version of yourself, which is 100 times stronger than who you were at the beginning of your journey. You can become an inspiration for children, friends, acquaintances, show that there are no hopeless situations, that a person can withstand even the harshest onslaughts of fate. And this example will grow and multiply. Here it is, the legacy of a real Titan. And when that day comes, which no one likes to talk about, but which will come anyway, your spirit will live on, in those whom you helped to open up, whom you ignited, whom you gave faith in their own strength. And this is much more than any monument or profitable accounts. No one remembers cowards and slackers. The world remembers those who did not stop in the face of storms, who falling jumped up and went on, leaving a noticeable bright mark. Your time has come. Right now, life is throwing down a challenge. Are you ready to become a legend or remain in the shadows? Respond with action. Put aside doubt, banish fear. Unleash your inner beast. Assert your discipline. Embrace chaos as a training ground. Command yourself to achieve your goal and take care of your legacy. Do it not tomorrow, but today. It is in these moments that you create the history of your destiny. Your strength is not a miracle or a gift, but a choice to live, to burn, and to conquer. Do not seek support. Do not wait for applause. Just begin. And let your every step be a thunderous salvo proclaiming, "Here comes the one who has decided to become a Titan and will not retreat until he fulfills his destiny." This is how an indestructible spirit is born. This is how your great era begins. Don't miss, don't betray yourself. The world is cruel, but fair. It obeys those who are not afraid to command their own desires, who see the goal and do not stop until they squeeze 100% out of themselves. And if you have to fall, get up and move on. Don't waste time on self-pity. Don't stop when you get tired. Stop only when you have finished the job, when you have achieved what you wanted. All these words are not for beauty. They are for action. It's time to start breaking the usual reality. Your dreams will not become reality until you turn them into a plan, and from the plan into a daily combat mission. Show the world your power. Do not be afraid that you will seem strange. You should be afraid of something else, never revealing this furious potential that boils in your blood. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are their creator. Say goodbye to the version of yourself that lived under the dictation of other people's opinions, fears, and doubts. Become a person who smells of freedom, who radiates the primal energy of creation. Let everyone you meet feel that here walks someone who does not like half measures, who decided to become the master of his destiny. And when one day you turn back, you will see that your road is full of accomplishments, fire, and changes that inspired dozens of other souls. This is what it means to be a Titan. Go and act, here and now. Don't ask for mercy. Don't look for easy ways. Cut your fears at the root. Run into all the walls that life puts up. Sooner or later, these walls will collapse, and you will come out into the open space where there are no boundaries. Become someone who always goes to the end, and then the world will recognize your right to greatness. And this will be the most worthy legacy that one can imagine.